Nick Charles, Steve Farhood coming to you from Paradise.
You like my tan? This isn't a shirt.
Wasn't that you with the dual massage with that lady?
Always.
Don't tell the wife. Hey, Steve, talk about this fight. Important for both fighters for different reasons. Ravello coming off 15-month layoff and right hand surgery. Didn't take a tune-up and didn't hesitate taking on Andre Ward.
In a perfect world, Nick, Ravello coming off that layoff would obviously take 1 or 2 tune-ups. It's not a perfect world anymore for Justin Ravello. He's not the chosen fighter anymore. If he doesn't take this fight, maybe the phone doesn't ring. For Andre Ward, a loss tonight, utter disaster. He's only had 15 pro fights. He hasn't moved into the upper echelon yet, so it's obviously a must-win for him as well.
You know, both these guys, Ward, Ravello, boxers. So what does each guy specifically have to do to make a difference and win this fight?
I think they are both boxers, and what they have to do is box a little bit out of their comfort zone, be aggressive. One of them is going to have to make the play, or it's going to be 2 counterpunches looking at each other. The one that has to make the play, I think, is Ravello. He has hand speed that can almost match Andre Ward, and he has a very big right hand. He has to set the pace by landing 1-2s, but he may have to fight through ring rust. I don't know. Ward, don't wait. Don't be aggressive. Don't extend the fight if he doesn't have to, because then he'll just keep Ravello in it.
Well, let's go take a look at the fighters now in the ring. Andre Ward started boxing at 9, influenced by his late father, who fought as an amateur. Ward won the gold medal at the 2004 Olympic Games, the first American boxer to do it since 1996. He turned pro 3.5 years ago and has been moved carefully. Last November, he made his ShoBox debut against unbeaten Roger Cantrell. Ward showed us everything he had. Intelligent use of the ring, hand speed, good punch selection, and combination firepower. He was effective from outside and from in close. Too fast, too much class, did a number that night on an overmatched opponent to win inside 5. Since then, Ward scored his career best win, dominating, stopping veteran Ruben Williams in 7. It was the longest fight of Ward's career, though, and he may have to go 12 tonight in the heat and humidity. Andre Ward, 15-0, 10 KOs. Take us behind those numbers, Steve.
Careful matchmaking, Nick. Ward's been moved deliberately. Even his toughest opponent to date, Williams, was chosen only after he had lost a one-sided fight to Alan Green. Counting the KOs, Ward stopped his 5 most recent opponents. When he doesn't try too hard for a knockout, his natural speed and talent allow him to land big shots. And more is better. My only complaint about Ward's career to date, he should be fighting more often. 16 bouts and 66 rounds in 3.5 years simply has not been enough.
Jerson Ravello was born in the Dominican Republic and moved to the U.S. when he was 8. His 100-fight amateur career included wins over Jeff Lacey and Randy Griffin. Ravello used that dual citizenship to fight for the Dominican in the 2000 Olympics, where he lost in the first round. Still, Ravello turned pro with a lot of promise and came to ShoBox back in 2002 as a young unbeaten prospect to take on George Walton. Ravello on the left used his superior height and quickness to control range, pace, and his opponent. He scored a 3rd-round knockdown. Couldn't put Walton away, but still glided home a unanimous decision winner. He then broke his right hand twice and had promotional problems, which led to 3 long layoffs. His last fight was 15 months ago, and at age 30, he needs to win now. Jerson Ravello, 18-2, a dozen KOs. What's behind the numbers, Steve?
0 for 2, Nick, for Ravello. He's moved up in class twice against David Lopez and Alan Green, and twice he suffered stoppage losses. A loss tonight, he faces trial horse status. Going left, Ravello's only significant bout came against the southpaw, and he lost to David Lopez. Ward can switch hits, so don't be surprised if Ward fights lefty often tonight. And the hand of time, as Nick said, this will be Ravello's first fight in 15 months. He's been plagued by injuries and layoffs his entire career. I'll say this, Andre Ward's a ridiculously tough comeback fight.
Stage is set. Andre Ward, unbeaten, can't afford to trip up tonight, though. Jerson Ravello knows this may be his last shot at fulfilling his dream. Let's go back to ring announcer Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you, and we welcome you to the capital city of Georgetown, Grand Cayman, for Cayman Knockout and the featured bout of the evening, brought to you by Goosen Tudor Promotions in association with the Cayman Islands Department of Tourism, the Tournament of Contenders, and Showtime. This bout coming away is sanctioned by the North American Boxing Organization. The supervisor is Luis Batista Salas. Introducing to you our 3 judges scoring this bout from ringside: Roberto Ramirez, Jose Rivera, and Nelson Vasquez. Introducing to you now our referee in charge of this bout. He'll be giving instructions after the introductions, Steve Smoger. All right, fans, here we go with our main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the vacant NABO Super Middleweight Championship. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from Georgetown, Grand Cayman, it's showtime! Introducing to you first on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing red, white, and blue trunks, he weighed in at a ready 166 1/2 pounds. His record stands at 18 wins, 2 losses, with 12 wins coming by way of knockout. Please welcome the 2000 Dominican Republic Olympian from Newark, New Jersey, by way of San Cristobal in the Dominican Republic, introducing Jerson Super Jers Ravello. And his opponent across the ring on my left, fighting out of the red corner, wearing white trunks with red trim. He weighed in at the super middleweight limit of 168 pounds. With 5 straight knockout victories, he is undefeated in his campaign in the ring with a record of 15 wins, no losses, 10 wins coming by way of knockout. From Oakland, California, please welcome the 2004 Olympic gold medalist, introducing the undefeated Andre S.O.G. Ward. Once again, referee in charge, Double S Steve Smoger.
Gentlemen, you were given your instructions at the weigh-in and at the in the dressing room. Please obey my commands, respect the bell, and above all, protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves. God bless. Thank you, Jimmy.
Ravello hasn't fought in 15 months, but he weighed in at 166 1/2, and he's in great shape. At the weigh-in, Ward took one look at Ravello and said, "I'm glad this isn't a beauty pageant."
And once again, here in the Cayman Islands, Grand Cayman, the unified rules of boxing apply. You're very familiar with them. Only referee can stop the fight. A referee, the well-known and highly regarded Steve Smoger. Ward goes right after Ravello, tries to drive him back. Wow, he just rushed him. He bull rushed him, Steve.
And Ravello answered with a right hand, so Ravello was ready for it.
Man, what an exciting strategy. They didn't tell us about that at the fighter meetings. So Ward gets knocked off balance a little bit. Ravello trying to just get dialed in. Man, he got ambushed. But fought it off, as you said.
Step out.
Well, Ravello, Nick, he's coming out exactly the way I said he had to. He's being aggressive with the right hand, but he's got to throw it a little straighter.
Ward looks like he's trying to throw some power shots. Real intention from him. He loves to probe to the body with that left hand. We'll watch the switching, too. He's very effective as a natural left-hander, as you mentioned.
Don't punch, step.
Amateur experience, of course. Ward, the gold medalist, that trumps anything Ravello has done, and Ward hasn't lost in 10 years. And Ravello only 5 more fights than Ward, even though he turned pro roughly 4 years before. That's because of all the injuries and promotional problems he's had. 5 times, Nick, he broke his right hand. That's amazing.
Steve, I never have called Ravello like an accomplished, really a great technician in terms of boxing, but I like what he's doing. He's really not looping the jab for the first time in a while. Some straight shots, trying to set up that power right hand. He's doing some good things. Not winning this round, he walked into a quick left from Ward. You know, I think it's a dangerous thing. Maybe it's a confidence thing, but Ravello says he's faster than Ward. I don't believe it.
Well, you know, a lot of Ravello's speed, hand speed, is nullified by the looping shots. He has to throw straight shots.
Yeah, and he did there with the jab a couple of times. And I do like the confidence factor. He knows his right hand isn't going to betray him. Right hand from Ward there.
Step.
Again, been broken 5 times, but he said it's healed perfectly, and he's got tons of confidence in it, and he'll need it. Ward trying to use this ring, control the ring. Revello trying to cut him off, flush him, and land something flush. Both guys wound pretty tight, Steve.
Indeed. Well, you can understand it with Revello coming off the layoff. Ward says he's homesick. He had his wife had a baby 2 weeks ago, and he misses his. He said he was really, really homesick.
Can't afford, he said, can't afford to miss tonight. What a pace to this first round. Ward trying to jump in with a hook.
Don't punch. Step. Bell's coming soon.